Hello everyone, this is Michelle Shannon, and today I wanted to come to you to do a video about some of the things that have been laid upon my heart and some of the things that Jesus has been speaking to my soul about. First of all, we're in the Christmas season, and it's a very special time each year when Christmas comes around and we're preparing for the holidays. But I think this year is very different and special in the same way, but special in a different way. First and foremost, I wanted to share with you an Interiorlocution that I recently got, and talk a little bit about that, and then some other things that have been laid upon my heart and come up in the last few days. I'm going to go ahead and turn my Christmas music off. If you notice, I have my poinsettias out for the holidays, but I don't have a Christmas tree up because I prayed about all the things that were happening in the world. I prayed about everything, and there was something on my heart that I just didn't feel right about putting up a Christmas tree with the direction the world is going and some of the things that are going on, namely the fact that the mark of the beast is upon us, knowing that the vaccine is the mark of the beast, and they're starting to put that out to people. People are beginning to take the mark of the beast. That's, not a time you would really want to celebrate, although we always celebrate the love of Jesus in our heart, even in the worst of times. So I prayed about it. I asked the Lord if I should or should not put it up. Anytime I struggle with something, I always take it to the Lord. So I asked him about it, and he said something very interesting. He said, when I told you to brace yourself, he said, did you think that meant putting up a Christmas tree? He said, and I was trying to decide, should I get a new tree? Should I get a bigger tree? Should I get a bigger tree that fills my space better? Or should I put up my little one that's kind of too small? And he said, don't get a new tree and don't put up your old one either. And then I got an Interiorlocution that pretty much explained why he was saying that. But I understood anyway that we're not living in the same kind of times. This isn't business as usual kind of age that we're in. We're living in the last days before the coming of Christ, So what I want to do is share with you what Jesus did say to me, the brief Interiorlocution that I got that I think was incredibly significant. And so I'll go ahead and read that to you. So what he said was, it was 3 sentences. It was, it's coming, change. Many are coming home. And then he said, prepare your souls for transition. So I'm going to read that again. It's coming, change. Many are coming home. Prepare your souls for transition. Now, here's what's really, I think, interesting, as the Lord does. He's so amazing. He gave a very similar Interiorlocution to a Facebook friend of mine who also posted this on the same day. Her name is Regina, Ruiz, and she posted, a great upheaval is coming. She got 1 sentence, and it basically matched up with what I got. So let's look at mine as far as sentence by sentence. It's coming, change. So I think the big question is, what is it? Okay. I pondered that for a while and came up with a pretty simple answer. for those of us in the Remnant Army who have read the Book of Truth, myself more than once, and who are following the messages of the end time prophet, the whole series of books, 5 books, revolves around one thing, and that is, what is it? It is the warning, okay? So the warning begins with 2 comets that, this is all prophecy, 2 comets will collide in the sky. And many prophets have had prophecies that revolve around the warning. So, when you have that many, it's for real. It's the real thing because everybody's hearing about it. And now I've heard about it as well. So I know it is the warning. And when Jesus says it's coming, I believe that he is talking about what I feel what he revealed to me. A lot of times it's revelation. When he says one thing, I have a full awareness of many things that revolve around that. I just know. And my understanding is that it's coming refers to also, there are 2 comets that are going to collide in the sky to form a cross. Many prophets have gotten that, is understood by those who follow those prophets. This is what's to happen. And then everyone will see the state of their souls. The warning is a spiritual experience when we will be face to face with Jesus Christ and we will see the state of our souls. Every person, it says in the Bible that every person before the coming of Christ will know that Jesus does exist. The reason they will know is because they will live through the experience of the warning, okay? So this is supposed to take place during the last days and at the onset of, or around the time of the mark of the beast. Well, the mark of the beast is here. We know that. We know that the vaccine is the mark of the beast. I'm not going to go into all of that. If you aren't clear on why I say that, watch my video called Choices. It's in my repertoire of videos. But in that video, and then you can click on show more, it has all the information to back that up. But we know the vaccine is the mark of the beast, and it is time for the warning. It's time. So that's what it's coming means. And then it says many are coming home. In the prophecies of the Book of Truth, it talks about how 1/3 of the population will die of shock during the warning. They will die. The warning won't kill them, but seeing the state of their soul, how God sees them, and how finding out, because a lot of people are in denial. A lot of people have no idea how wicked they truly are. And when they see this, they're going to die of shock. And that's why we're praying. That's one of the reasons why we're praying. We're praying for those who will die of shock, so that they're obviously not fit to be in the presence of God. That's why they die, because they're in shock over that discovery. So we're praying for their souls. We're praying that God will receive them into his kingdom and have mercy. Jesus will have mercy on them and forgive them for their sins. So knowing the warning is, the comet is on its way and the warning is going to happen soon. We know we need to pray in earnest, pray unceasingly for those who will die during the warning, and pray for our families, and pray for, all the people who have been hurting us. It's our job to pray for them. We forgive everyone and pray for them. So then the last line, so I did it's coming, change, many are coming home. The final line is, prepare your souls for transition. Jesus tells us in the messages to Maria Divine Mercy that we will be transformed, and that the enemies of Jesus Christ who are marking stealing souls, marking people with the mark of the beast, the enemies, we will be invisible to them. So at some point, we are going to go through a transformation. And my understanding is we're going to become much more spiritual and less of the world. And I don't understand how God works. I don't all the time, I don't understand how this transformation is going to take place unless we just won't be living, breathing humans anymore. I don't know if it's going to be a complete transformation or if it's going to be a partial transformation. I just know that we will be invisible to the beast system, Satan and all his evildoers, and that we won't be seen, and they will not be able to find us to present the mark of the beast to us. The ones who will be, and those will be the people that are in the remnant army, those will be the people that have said the seal of the living God prayer that will be protected, of course. The ones who will be die a martyr's death will be the ones that have to prove to Jesus they love him because they've been lukewarm. Jesus is not happy with the lukewarm, and he is going to leave them out there. You say you love me, show me. That's going to be how that's going to work. So that's what I've got for you today. And I think the most important thing in preparing for the warning is, and that's another thing Jesus said to me, instead of putting up a Christmas tree, he said, prepare your soul and prepare your family. So we in the Remnant Army need to talk to our family members and say, this is coming, this is about to happen. And a lot of them will not listen. It depends on where they are at with the Lord. If they're in a good place with the Lord, they'll listen. If they're not, they won't. And it's no different than the days of Noah. This is a highly spiritual event, just like the flood of Noah, and some of it is just plain the wrath of God. And that's another thing. The warning is only one of several events that we know are going to take place in end times. And in another Interiorlocution several years ago, I'd say it was probably about 5 years ago, Jesus spoke to my soul. He told me that there will be several events, and they will happen so close together it will seem like one event. One of the events is the warning. Another event is the World War. And another event is the wrath of God, which I understand to be fire coming from the sky. I got another Interiorlocution where Jesus said, fire is coming, fire is coming. I did a video on that, so you're welcome to listen to that too. So how do we prepare our souls? That's what the instruction was. Prepare your soul. So the way we do that is repenting, okay? So there's several things you can do in the way of repenting. If you can get to confession, that's great. I am no longer going to confession because I won't wear a mask in confession. That's just something between me and the Lord, and I've discussed it with him, and he understands, and I am in a good place with the Lord about that. But we should still be repenting. I just take it straight to God. I just take it straight to Jesus. 10 minutes on your knees every day, and say the act of contrition. There's the confession prayer. I don't remember which number it is, but you'll see it in the I think it's number 8, but I'm not positive about that. It's in the crusade prayers. So there you go. And then I think there's just a Bible verse that just kept coming to mind all day today, and it's people perish. My people perish from lack of knowledge. It's Hosea 4, chapter 4, verse 6. And I mean, this is where we're at with the mark of the beast. That's why people are taking it, thinking it's just a vaccine, and not understanding that it's changing them into what is referred to as transhumans, part human, part computer. And transhumans can't go to heaven because they're not what God created anymore. They've been tampered with by the devil himself. So they don't know what they're doing. But Jesus spoke to my soul again many years ago. He's told me this. He said, once they take the mark of the beast, there's nothing more I can do. It's out of his hands. They've just